Hello, my name is John Galloway, and I would like to talk to you today about the cons of gun control. This is a training blue gun that I have that I used to train with, just film, used for multiple purposes. Basically feels like a real one, but not a real one. I want to persuade you to be open and consider, not having such strict gun laws. There's reasons for it, and I will explain as I progress along. The laws that forbid the carrying of arms are laws of such a nature that disarm only those who are neither inclined nor determined to commit crimes. Such laws make things worse for the assaulted and better for the assailants. They serve rather to encourage than to prevent homicides. For an unarmed man may be attacked with greater confidence than an armed man. Thomas Jefferson, quoting from the 18th century criminologist Caesar Beccaria, from BuckeyeFirearms.org, quoting founding fathers. Purpose of my speech like this persuades you to be open to the idea and just think about it. Each of us should care about this because it's something that affects everyone, period. Especially here in North Alabama, it's something that you wouldn't think of, but something we should consider. I have knowledge through personal experience, my day-to-day life, my job, and also through research. Talk about some of the problems and suggest some solutions to the problems. First problem I see is laws not being enforced that are in place now. Background checks are not done, people are not filling out them, and things are just not getting processed properly. Just not carrying over. Government agencies not talking with one another, things being transitioned from here at point A to point B. Columbine High School, perfect, one of the good examples. The two teenagers responsible for the shooting there broke over a dozen gun laws just in that one incident. The other school shootings, multiple gun laws broke there also. Post office shootings, there was multiple gun laws broke there too. The next thing is just not just gun laws that was broken, but kind of seeing where the laws that have been in place that were very, very pro-gun, what the issues that they've caused. The city with the highest, most restrictive gun control till here just in the last 2 years was Chicago, Illinois. You are not allowed to possess a firearm within city limits. They had the highest police shooting rate of anywhere in the nation, and the highest violent crime rate in America. That was from pros and cons of guncontrol.net. Excuse me. Showing the opposite of that, Kennesaw, Georgia, done a study where they took and wanted their head of households to have a gun that was able-bodied and willing to do it. They ended up with an 81% in property burglaries over a 17-year period of time, shown through the FBI. Another statistic shows that average death in shooting rampage when police stopped it was 14.3. Average death in a shooting rampage when stopped by civilians that were allowed to carry firearms was 2.3. And that was documented and studied by tinyurl.com. Excuse me. Another thing that really impressed me, I found this article which I'd heard, was the Swiss gun culture. One of the most open and guaranteed the right of, firearms to anybody. Males from 20 to 42 are required by law to keep his issued personal weapon at home. Women are strongly encouraged to do so. Firearms are rarely available to purchase in gun shops by all citizens. Firearms are allowed to be carried in plain view. No limit on guns or ammo. Have estimated 3.4 million guns for the population of Swiss, one of the highest rates of gun ownership in the world. And they have one of the lowest crime rates in the world. And that was by gunpolicies.org. Some of the solution to see maybe to this is maybe better educating the public just as a general whole. Maybe start at the early level in school. They used to do somewhat of a voluntary, a hunter safety class. Make it something, it's not a long class. It's like an hour-long deal, and they done it like for a week. You took a test. Nothing much. But it just gives you a basic safety of guns, starting at an early age. Then as you progress older, you get old enough to get a concealed carry permit. You have to do so many hours of, training for that, whether it be written, online, then actually have a hands-on with an instructor. And, maybe go back and check every, 8, 12 years, something like this, some time frame, go back and reevaluate them. And enforce the existing laws. Do background checks that are better, more thorough when they're bought. And agencies talk with one another. When the doctors or whatever facility is something along that line is issued, let it be seen. Let people know about it. So, just deal with it. Okay, I'm hoping to persuade you to be at least a little more open and consider the gun carry laws. It's just something I feel very strongly about, just because of my day-to-day, my beliefs. Free people ought to be armed. George Washington said that, our founder of this country. Free people ought to be armed. Thank you.